everybody, thanks for joining me. This is Danielle with Crafty Paws. Sorry I'm running a little late tonight. I've been at a 3-day crop out of town, so I got home and I'm trying to rummage through my stuff, trying to find what I need for tonight. So I thought we'd do something different this week, and I thought I would show you a couple techniques. And I had started scrapbooking layout, and I did half of it, and I wanted to show you some things I did on it and complete the other half with you. And then I thought I would use some of my scraps that I had used to make a couple layouts and use what's left to show you how to make an easy card. So we'll go through that. So let me get you up and running, and the camera turns so you can see. Hang on. All right. Sorry, I moved everything around before I left, so. All right, let me see. Make sure you guys can see. Let's see. I might need, I think I lowered it the other day. Hang on. Let me get you up a little higher. See if that's better, so you can see more of my. All right, give me a second. All right, thanks for being patient. So, what I did was go on sleep. Okay, here we go. So what I'm gonna do, let's see. Okay, give me 1 second real quick. First let me show you some of the pages I did real quick. Let me grab them. Let's see if I have them next. Oh, okay. So what I did was I used the layout for the new B paper. And give me a second. And I didn't buy the whole workshop. I just had the paper pack. So I basically used that and made them similar, but use a different paper. So, let me see if, oh, sorry, one spot. Let me show you these real quick and then we can get going. And I'll post the difference in the pictures so you can see. So let me get my computer up so I can see who is with me. Give me a second. Everything wants to go to sleep on me tonight. Yeah, let's see, where are we? Oh, there we go. So, hopefully tonight it'll cooperate. If I can talk, cooperate. And let's see, there we go. I can see who's on. Last week it was funny and it wouldn't show me. So, okay. See, I was trying to see how much of the screen. So, there is the left page. And these squares, they're just all 2 inches, and as you can see, there's a B, and then I just took one of our Stampin Markers or Stampin Blends just to make the little dots here. And a lot of these are just stickers that came with the paper pack you can get. And this is upside down. There's the right one. These are quick. I just wanted to show you these quick. I wasn't sure on the one page what color I was going to use for my pictures because I have to get them on there yet, but the last one I wasn't sure on what color I should use for some of the photo mats. So there's one. Yeah, the whole kit had some of the colors and papers different, but I just basically used the design itself to make it a little different. So you can do that at home anytime you see something you like. Just use any supplies you have on hand. So last week I used the Winter Meadows paper pack. So I decided that I wanted to do a different paper in that. So this is what I did. I started it, so I'm going to show you what I did. So I took this piece of paper. What I did was I basically just cut it along here. Cut it in half, and then with the magic of television, I did half of it. So there was the one corner of the piece. That was one half of the layout that I did already, and then here is the other piece that I cut out. Okay, so what I did was. So I just fussy cut this around after I cut it in half. And then these were all flowers I just had cut out in white paper. And then I just used our Stampin' Blend marker, which if you haven't saw those, aren't familiar with them, they blend so well. As if you can, here, let me show this other page real quick. You can see some of the colors. But if you can see how I used like one blue, and then I came back with a different color blue to try to blend them in, like I did this with the green. Because we know that leaves and stuff aren't always the exact same color. And I just, all these are done with our markers, our Stampin' Blends. So I was just trying to show you something. And before I left today, I was using some of my scrap white paper and I cut out a whole bunch so you can get the idea. I thought I would just show you some different things you can use. So some of the colors in it I used was boho blue. You grab that color. And if you're not familiar with them, what they do is, so you have a dark marker and you have a light marker for every color. Okay, so that's boho blue. Let's see what else I used. I used Misty Moonlight. And then I used, let me see, which one was it? Is it this one? Yeah, Blueberry Bushel I used. And then this color right here, it's called Moody Mauve. And, nope, that's not the right one, hold on. Some of my markers had spilled out on the way home, so they didn't get put back in the right spot. Okay, here, Moody Mauve. And then the greens, let's see, I did Shaded Spruce. Let's see, I'm trying to think. Lost Lagoon. I thought you had a third color. Was it this one? Yeah, Pretty Peacock. So these are just some of the colors I used. And just randomly was using them in color. So just let me move them out of the way for a minute. Okay. All right, so like for this one, for instance, I used green, so I just started with one of my colors. I'm just gonna, let me do the Lost Lagoon. And you have two ends. So you have a regular tip, and then on the other end, you have a more of a brush tip. And then if you get these, always keep them flat, because the ink ball is in the middle of the marker. So if you store them this way, all your ink is going to be at the bottom end. So always make sure you store them flat. Okay. All right. So let me. Okay. So, you know, whichever color you start with, you know, pretty basic. Just color them through, and once they dry, it will lighten up some. So, but I really like some of the. I'll show you another week. But like if you're like coloring like a bear or some of the other animals that we do have, or some of the other characters, and that you can always flowers. Just color them in with the light, and then you can shade them in with the darker one. And then if you want to when you want to go back, then you use your light one, and you go across the dark color, and then you'll pull the darker color and blend them in. They're really pretty, and I'm starting to get more ideas with them. Earlier when I was playing around at crap before I left, I was just randomly taking color and swiping it across it. It was looking really, really awesome. And I might even try a blending brush. We'll see. Showing you if you color, you just take like your blending brush on just a random piece, you know, just take like a white piece of paper and randomly color, color different spots, and then take a die and then cut it out. You'll get a different coloring. There's so many different things you can do with the inks and the markers. And about all the markers that I've used through the years, these Stampin' Up blends are the best ones that I have found. They color easy. I don't have to press down. And our Stampin' Blend markers are the big ones, and these are alcohol based. We do have our littler markers, which those are our Stampin' Brights. Those are water based. So we do have those also. Now you can't use these, your big ones, your alcohol based, on the red stamp sets, but you can use the Brights. So even if you have, like, say you're doing something and you want it to happy birthday, but you want the happy in one color and the birthday in another color, you can use the Brights markers and color one word in with one color and do, you know, birthday with a different color with the Brights, and they're so pretty. Okay, so I basically just colored it in with the light. I'm just going to show you different techniques and different things you can see. So let me so you can see it a little better. Let me hold it up a little bit. You can see it with the light. Let me move my stand a little closer, see if that helps you see it a little better. Okay. All right. And then now I'm going to go back. I'm going to use the darker, and this is the Lost Lagoon. This is something if you want to give it, since these are more like a branch, all I did was randomly, just to give it some contour. I'll just show you what that looks like. If you can see, just got a little bit of darker in it. But then you can also actually go through, if you want all your branches to be darker, you can see it. So I'll show you the difference. So this branch right here was the one I just colored in with the darker color. If you can see it, hopefully. I know sometimes on the camera. Okay. And then I keep doing it. So if I go back in with the light, it'll pull this color down. And now you're blending. So now I'm bringing the darker color down from it, and I'm pushing it to the rest of the, I guess we would call it a branch. I don't know what kind of flower this is supposed to be. So that is one thing I am not good at. But as you can see, because this was the same color I started with, but look, because I'm pulling that down, it's making it darker. Okay. Okay. But what you could also do. Oh, okay. It's just that you can't see it very well. Hang on. Let me get it. Hang on. Let me grab white paper. I haven't got everything packed yet. Hold on. It's a good idea. Let me see. Let me find it. Hold on. Look, everything's right here, and my table's next to me. But hang on. Let me grab some. Let me see. Let me try to find a smaller piece of white. Let's see who's on. Joellen's on, Sonia's on, and Alicia's on. Okay. If you want me to do it again, I got plenty of them. I can do them on another branch. So let me know let me know if you can see it. If you can see the different coloring or not when I blended them. Let me do another one. See if you can see it better. Okay. Alright, Alright. So I'm going to do the same thing, but instead of the Lost Lagoon, I'll do a different one. Let me do, this one is Pretty Peacock. I think I did Lost Lagoon on the other one. Does that sound right? that's what I had said. Okay. It all looks the same. I blended it that last time. Okay, so this one we'll do it different. So this one is a darker green though, but I'm gonna start with the light of it. Here we're gonna get fancy. Okay, so I'm gonna do different branches. So this one I'm gonna do the pretty peacock. Maybe I didn't do this one earlier. This one seems really dark. Okay, so I'm gonna do that branch, and the left one is the pretty peacock, and then the right side I'm gonna do the Lost Lagoon. I know this one is light. All right. Sorry guys, I got home late and I was trying to bring everything in, and I was trying to think something that I could do for you tonight, and we could still learn something or do something together, but okay. All right. So the left one is the left one I said was the pretty peacock, and the right one is the Lost Lagoon. I don't know if you can see on the camera. It might be hard because the images are so small. But what I'm going to do is, this time, instead of going back with the same color, I'm going to change it up. So on this one, I'm going to use a dark spruce. Since these are branches, we know everything's not the same. I'm just going to like randomly color across them because we're trying to make it look more natural. Hopefully you'll be, let me see. Let's see if you can see this. Hang on, it's on delay when I look at it. I don't know. Hang on, let me try to. If I turn it at all, are you guys seeing any difference or not? Sometimes it's hard with the lighting. Maybe I need more light. Hang on. Let me bring my floor lamp over. Let me do more light. Maybe that'll help. Let me try that and see if that helps you at all. See it. Can you guys see it better now? But can you see how I just randomly ran across it, and so you can see the different colors on it? And that's it's just because it's branches, okay? But I just wanted to show you the different techniques. Now, let me go back to the one I completed already. If you can see, like this blue one right here, let me see if you can tell. If you can, I think the blue one here, you can see, I did it with the lighter color, and then I came back with a different blue and contrasted it. So I always make sure I do the light one first. Hey, Crystal. Okay. But that was just something there. I'm trying to think of a stamp set real quick, if I could show you. Unless you guys want to watch me color. I didn't think you guys would want to watch me color. But, like, what I even did on these, because I forgot that, here, I'll show it before I color it. See how they have, like, little, like, white bulbs on them? And I had forgotten. I'm just like, so I grabbed a color and I'm just like coloring away. Okay. Let me do the boho blue. So I was just coloring away, and you know, I colored all the circles in, and I'm like, what'd I do? You know, I'm just coloring away. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, oh. Boogers, right? Well, that's not what I said, because you all know what I really said. So, anyway, so I was coloring along, and then I'm like, oh, I wanted them to be the Moody Mauve. So, I grabbed the dark Moody Mauve. Okay. And I colored over it. And they look fine if you look. But, we also have, ta-da! It is called a color lifter. So, if you use this, I mean, it's not gonna pull everything out, but if you can see that now, most of it's gone on that one. You guys can see it. So it also, if you make a mistake, you can use that. And then now I'm gonna color it with the Mini Muff. So those are some of the features in it. Let me grab a stamp real quick and let me just basic color something. Let me see something here I can grab real quick. What do we got? What do we got? If there's one I'd love to color, if I can find it. I started playing around with it at Christmas time. Let's see. Reindeer like the year, naughty and nice. No. Do you think I can think of the name of it? Nope. Unless I filed it back with my regular ones. Oh, let's see, what's this one? Storybook Friends. Well, unless it's on this list. Here they are, Christmas Friends. I love playing around with this one. Okay. So, okay. First one to pick, either the bear or the moose. The first one to comment, pick one is the one I'll stamp. Let me grab my stamps, my inks out real quick, so I can show you. That way I can show you actually coloring an item in. I wish I knew what I did with the ones that I'd already colored in already. The ones I was playing around with, because they actually turned out really cute. Alright, let me see. All my inks in a bin now, so let me find what color. Let's see. I don't like black. I've gotten like this pebbled one. Where is it? I have loved that. Ever since I found that color, I use that instead of my black. I'm trying to find it. And it was one of them that I used today. There, sorry. Okay. It looks like the moose was the comment I got. Okay, oh, here it is. Okay. So, alright, and then I need a block. Okay. Let me grab a block. So, initially I've never used the Copic ones. Those I cannot, those I'm not familiar with. Okay, so let me get a block for the moose so I can show you coloring that in. Let's see. Will they fit on there? I think it might fit on that one. Sorry, everything's in the house. It's just not put back where it's supposed to be. So let me move that out of the way. Okay. So, all right, this is just regular white cardstock. So let me just stamp on this. All right. And then always remember, just like what we did with Close to My Heart, is we always have to season the stamp with what they call it. I already used it, so it's already seasoned, but you know, when you get a stamp, just kind of put it on your skin, and then any residue from the making of it will just, you know, you remove, so that way you'll get a better image when you stamp. So, and Stampin' Up ink pads compared to what we used at Close to My Heart, you do not need to even press on these, really. I mean, I'm just going to show you. I did not press on it at all, and then I'm going to stamp it. Okay? And we'll see what it looks like, okay? I just left it sit there for a minute, and you can see the ink on there, okay? I'm just going to hold it there for a second. And look at that image. Can you see how clear it is? Oh, sorry, I still had branches on it, or flowers on it, whatever you want to call them. Well, look at that. Okay. Let's see. All right, now let's see what colors should I do for the mousse. Are they brown? Let me see. Pecan pie. I'm thinking. Okay, trying to think what colors. What else do we have? Or copper. You know, let me see what this copper clay looks like. And I have a color cheat sheet. I colored everything out and labeled them. Let me grab it out of my bag. That's what this is. So it'll tell you the light and dark of everything. What it looks like when you color it, so it'll help you decide what colors. So, okay, so that was pecan pie. These look really dark. That was the copper clay. I don't know. I think maybe thinking. Let's see which brown. Either the medium combo. I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick with the pecan pie. Okay, so we're gonna make them pretty though. I like. Let's see. All right. Should we do a red and a blue for his scarf? All right. And I like the real red. And I do have a couple blues that I like that are discontinued, but we'll stay with current ones. So now let me see. Still think. All right. Well, I think of us. Let me think. See, we'll see. That is Night of Navy. This one is the Blueberry Bushel. I think that one. I think it's more of a happier color. All right, we'll switch to that one. I think that we're gonna make him a happy moose. If I can get the other marker put back on. Okay. All right. So, and should we do his mouth a lighter brown? Let's see. What color? Thinking. What color would look good? We'll start with his body and we'll see we'll go from there. All right. So I'm going to start with. All right. So this one is the light pecan pie. Let's see if I can stay within the lines. Okay. So I'm just going to go through with my light. Since this is a bigger object, you should be able to see the blending better when I go back through with the darker one. Okay, let's see. All right, we'll color them all in, since we're just doing techniques and not actually. All right, so. I wish I could find remember what I did with the ones that I already colored. They're laying here somewhere. I played around with different colors and stuff. And which ones look the best? I had taken a bunch of stuff with me when I went on vacation in October and was playing around with the stamp set. Okay. All right. So, all right. I'll bring that up a little bit so you guys can see it better, hopefully. Okay. Now I'm going to take the dark one, and I don't know if you can see the natural lines around the spur through here. Some of the lines. So I'm going to take the dark one and follow that a little bit around the edge. I mean, there's no right or wrong way to color. I'm just showing you some of the, okay? And if I want to, I can just do a little bit. So all I did was color with the light, right, as of now, colored with the light, and then went over it with the dark, okay? That's all I've done so far. Okay? I'll give you a second to see. All right? So you can see where I've colored with the darker. Now I'm going to go back with the light, and I'm going to pull some of that dark into the body of the moose. Oops, let's grab that one. Okay. Okay. So, can you see me? So you see it taking it? I'm trying to do it. You don't have to color that way. I'm just trying to see it so you guys can see when I color it how it's pulling it down. It's pulling it away from it. Okay? So then this area right here, I have not touched at all. But if you look on the edge, you can see where the darker is. That's where we had colored both. And this here is just where I colored the light, and this here is where I pulled some of the dark in, and it's more of a medium. It's like a middle color. So you can see the difference of what the colors will do. Okay? Hoping you guys are able to see it. All right. I don't know if I've ever saw a moose in real life. I'm trying to remember what color their ears are. All right, so let me... So I'm just going to alternate on the scarf, and we'll make the scarf red and blue. I mean, you can, like I told you, we have the rights, the smaller ones. You can color with them, but they don't blend like these do. You can't, like, you know, mix the colors as well. And when after I do with this one, I can stamp another moose if you want and color it with the rights and show you the difference. Because I know a lot of people are always like, well, what's the difference? Besides, you know, one's alcohol and one's water. And I'm actually coloring in the lines and talking. Anybody impressed? Okay. That's the red one so far. Unless you like it red and white. Did you like it red and white, or should I add the blue? Should we make them colorful? Or do you like it like that? Alright, so... Okay. Alright, so let me do this. You know what? I grabbed the wrong one for the blue, sorry. I grabbed the dark first, so we'll leave the blue as it is, but I can go back over with the red one. Basically the furs, you can do a lot to show the different tones. And then, like, here, like the little ends of the scarf, you're real thin if you want to just lightly go over them with the blue. You can see the little, I don't know what to call it, at the end of the scarf. Oh, there was one more little spot of red I missed. Okay. All right. So, you know what? Or did I? We're going to see. Did I grab the dark on the red too? We'll find out in a minute. No, I didn't. Okay. So I'm just going to go back with the red and just just lightly around the edge a little bit, just to give it a little contrast. Like, just basically maybe like around where the stamp images are. It'll give it a little bit of... Okay. Alright. Let's see. The color socks should be good. Let me see. I don't know, I'm really liking this. What should we do? Which one did I grab? Okay, we grabbed Misty Moonlight, so let me color in this. Tops of his socks. We're gonna go with Misty Moonlight. Let's color that in. Alright, I'm trying to think what color are the ice skates. Let me see what this light black looks like. See, that looks like more of a gray. I wonder if that would be too dark. Let me see. What else do we got? Smoky slate, maybe? Let me try the light smoky slate and we'll see. Alright, let me see how this one does. This is like barely so thin. Okay. All right. And I forgot to do some blending on this front chest, so let me go back. Let's see. What was I using? Pecan pie, I think. Alright, so let me add some more dark in. Okay. And then I'm going to go back to the light and blend it in better. Give it a little bit more coloring. I'm just taking that from the dark and moving it. Okay? Maybe a little here. I don't know if you can see that. You see the difference? So those two spots just have the light. They don't have anything else on it. Okay. And then let's do the light black for the actual skate. See how that one does. I guess I could have done a pretty color. Because I guess we're not going to see the laces very good, but okay. But I remember going to watch hockey games. I remember their skates were always black. Okay. All right. Let's see. Which color should it be? I wanted to contrast. Let me see. This one is, let's see. I'm trying to remember the order of these. Like, these are supposed to be like for skin tones, but they're really most of the browns we have. But trying to remember. I think the higher the number, the lighter. Let's see. All right, so this one is bronze 400. I don't use them. What else do we have? All right. All right, that one's bronze. tones. Alright, so let's see what some of these colors are. I'm going to just do this next to it. Real quick. I have almost 600. So I can do around his mouth. Alright, we'll try this one. I think I like that color. So we're going to do 400. Oh, maybe that was too dark. Maybe I should have done the other one. And then I'm going to come back with the darker one. Okay, so that's 400, and then 300 should be the darker one. So I'm going to come back. And then I'm going to go back to the lighter one. Hopefully you guys can see the difference. Okay. And then I like that first one. I think I'm going to do his ears on that. What was that one? 600? It was this one. Okay. This is the one I should have done around his mouth. Yeah, I had fun with it. I just like stamped all kinds of different stuff and just sat there on vacation and was coloring different colors and playing around and seeing what I could come up with. And then I have the dye on this one too, so after you get done coloring, you can use the dyes and cut it out. Or stamp it right on an image and color it. Or a card or whatever you want it for. Alright, and then I'm going to go back to, let's see. Yeah, I was trying to remember. I think it was pecan pie I was using on his body. So I'm going to go back to pecan pie. Color in his head. The only thing is that in the rights they don't have these different skin tones markers is the only thing. I wouldn't have anything to compare those to now that I think about it. All right, so here's the dark. Okay, so like with the eyes, I'm gonna go back over those, and then here by the ear here. And then shade around the edge of it. His head. Let me go on here a little bit. We're going to trace around the head a little bit. Okay, so then I'm going to take the light again and go back over it, and I'm going to pull some out into the cheek more. So hopefully that kind of gives you an idea. And the blends. Can you see the difference? Compared to if you want me to stamp one and just color it and not do the blends? Let me get a drink here. If you want to do the blending brushes, I can do them. I haven't dealt with the brushes a whole lot, so I don't know if maybe we'll do that another week after I get to play with them a little more. Oh, I guess it's almost 8 o'clock. Now, did you? It's almost 8 o'clock, so you guys just want to call it ended there with markers, or do you want me to make a card? I know we all had a long weekend. Okay, sounds good. Okay, so I just wanted to do a little technique tonight and show you the blended brushes blending brushes. I'm just a little tired. Our Stampin' Up blends, and let me show you. They really are so cute. I know you could have, cut one out or something sometimes with the dies, but sometimes they just really can, amplify your page. I know Sonia needed a snowman real quick before we left, so we stamped her a snowman, and then he had a little carrot nose, so we colored in the nose orange and stuff. So I can show you some different ones. So everybody, have a good night. Get some rest. Crystal, if you're still on, make sure you get some sleep. And next week I'll try to see if I can get some practice on the blending brushes and give you guys some, maybe demonstration on a card or something next week on the blending brushes. So thank you for coming tonight, and everybody have a good week. Thank you. Bye-bye. This is Danielle with Crafting Cause.